Folks, my name is Calvin Poon, and I am with my co-host here, Andrew Seto.
Hey guys.
So yeah, we are the podcast Mid-20s Makeover. This is actually our first episode, so welcome very much, everybody. We really appreciate you guys coming here. And yeah, so why don't we just even just take this first podcast, Andrew, and just really introduce ourselves, what this podcast is all about, what's the format, and just give our folks some sample topics that we'll be discussing in the future.
Yeah, sure, man. Sounds good. Take
Yeah,
it away.
so take it away. I was gonna say that for you, man. But yeah, I mean, let's just introduce ourselves maybe a minute or two. So again, my name is Calvin. I'm currently working as a pharmacist in a hospital. I also have a sort of side little consulting business on my own. Um, as the title of the podcast, mid twenties makeover. I'm actually 27 years old, going on to 20 in probably half a year or so. And yeah, that's pretty much a quick summary of myself. How about you, Andrew? Want to give yourself a brief little background?
Sure. I don't know what to say, man.
Yeah, it's so hard. Hey, how about you do this? Just tell me exactly where you are in your life right now, and just to make things interesting, tell us something interesting that I don't think I ever knew about you.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. You know, like everything.
Pardon? No, wait, man. You're always full of surprises. Okay, let's just start off. Who are you? What's going on in your life right now? What exactly are you doing?
Um, yeah, cool. So, what am I? I'm 25, and like I went to school with Calvin. We did pharmacy school together, and we were actually in the same anatomy class before
Actually,
pharmacy.
yeah.
Yeah, so we were chilling then, kind of. I actually I saw Calvin. I'm like, damn, this dude is cool. Like,
Yo,
I wish
that
I was as
dude,
cool as this guy.
that dude was a geek sitting in the front row and just what the
No,
heck?
dude, you weren't even in the front row. You're in the
No,
second to last
I actually
row.
wasn't. Right? You were in the back row.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the back row people are usually cool.
No, man, it's because I want to hide from getting picked for like answers and stuff. But yeah, we went to thing together. Went to pharmacy school together. Both graduated. Calvin became a pharmacist. I became a copywriter. And yeah, man, this year I just got back from Portland from this conference, awesome conference called World Domination Summit, by Chris Gillibo, who wrote the $100 Startup and probably some other books. I can't remember off the top of my head. And just a lot of good people, a lot of good times, a lot of good fun, a lot of really smart, successful business owners, a lot of really just cool people in general to hang out with. Um, and I guess if I were to like sum up my life right now in this moment,
Yeah,
like that's basically my life right now. It's like a bunch of awesome people just fill in my life every single day while having me like do awesome things like every single day. So I don't know, man. It's kind of really vague that way, but that's pretty much it.
yeah, we got to start from somewhere. So yeah, brief summary. That's who we are. I mean, why don't we talk a bit about the purpose of this podcast? I mean, we call it a mid-20s makeover. What exactly is that? What are we trying to accomplish here?
Okay, dude. So
Go ahead.
I've told some people about it before because I mean, like to be clear, we've recorded like what 5 to 6 to 4, I don't know, something like 4 to 6 episodes of this already over Skype, and like the quality wasn't that great in terms of the audio quality. But I think when we first started off, I hope you're okay with me sharing this. It's like
Absolutely, yeah.
after you broke up with like a long-term girlfriend, right?
Yeah,
Like 5 years, and like it was a fun thing to do after to kind of take your mind off it and kind of like, we love talking about this stuff all the time, like
yeah,
just in general, and we're like, why not just throw a mic down and talk about this same stuff, while we record it and share it with other
exactly,
people.
yeah, yeah,
So, it's like life stuff that people go through, like shit, like hard decisions with like work, the ups and downs of life, productivity, getting shit done, um, what else? Just being happy in general, physical health, like just all this stuff that people normally just talk about, or at least stuff that we talk about on a regular basis. We're just like, oh, why don't we just share it with people and see if anybody else wants to join the conversation? Because I mean, um, we always thought that when we talk with each other, we end up coming away with like little gems here and there. And so we thought maybe some of these gems that we take away from each other might be worth it for other people. So I don't know, dude. Does that sound right?
I think so. I think it it kind of summarizes where this started off, like not very clean, but in some ways very good intentions why we started this. Both Andrew and I were regular people, we're real people. We go through issues, whether it's work, with women, with relationships, family, like everything we were just talking about like 5, 10 minutes ago. So like, what's up with Andrew? I said, wow, I graduated for 2 years now, and I'm actually not sure if I'm in the right career or not. And I'm sure we ask that question inevitably here and there, or worse is we don't even ask that question until we're, as Andrew pointed out, until we're 40, we realize, crap, what I'm doing isn't actually really exciting me anymore. And so yeah, we just dissect and go through very regular topics, real topics that I mean that most probably people in the mid 20s go through because it is a time of big change. You're graduating from school, maybe you have promises from school, maybe you thought you're set in life, maybe you had a really kick-ass relationship and thought that okay, you know what, this part of my life is gonna be sad and things happen. How do we deal with that though? Like, and we're trying to really help you guys with talking from our experiences. Hopefully, in the future, inviting guests, but really shining lights on the issues that we all face in our mid 20s that make us who we are today.
Yeah, man, definitely. And like as you were saying this right now, I was just like thinking you're describing exactly yourself because
Yeah,
that's exactly what you were going through like when we first started this like half a year ago or whatever
yeah,
it was. Like that was exactly you, and it still is you, and it still is
yeah,
me too. So yeah, like it's pretty much just sharing all this cool stuff and hopefully rallying a bunch of cool people to just like have an outlet, you know?
yeah. I mean, I'm trying to kind of keep this first intro short, but just give everybody a taste of what kind of topics we can talk about. I think one of the very first topics we would probably talk about is we touch on this concept of what was it? Sink or swim. Making those big moves in life. Do you take everything you once did and move to somewhere else, be opportunistic, or do you stick with where you are,
Mm-hmm.
keep moving at the same pace, or like? But it's a big decision. It's a sink or swim decision. Talk about topics like
Yeah,
that. We talk
yeah,
about yep,
that was a really good conversation.
yeah. We talk about other stuff on very just very regular basic thing like how do we stay organized? How do we actually prioritize and set a schedule? Other topics I think we talk about, is a 5-year plan actually good, or should you live absolutely in the present and stay engaged with the present without too much attachment to an outcome?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, no, it's a topic that we'll be discussing because both Andrew and I we may have different perspective on it, but we will try to shed light on these topics that perhaps we don't think about every day, but it builds our character where we have our values are in alignment to what these questions are.
Right. Yeah, man. Totally. Totally.
But yeah, I mean, is there anything else, Andrew, you'd like to just make sure our folks here on this first podcast?
Uh, I don't know, man. I don't think so. Like we're just pretty much winging it. We're both like generally pretty busy with stuff, and this like the reason we're doing this isn't to make money or to do anything. It's just all for fun.
Yeah, like we talk about these on a regular topics on the regular meetings, anyways, and we thought, why not share with the world? Why not try to help probably change something about it? And we really appreciate your feedback, any questions, or even suggestions about topics. We really love hearing from you guys. But yeah, let's talk about that, Andrew. What's the best way of reaching? Well, let's say, what's the best way of reaching you?
Uh, huh. Probably the easiest is email. Andrew Cito, Andrew ANDREW SZETO@gmail.com, or Z if you're in Canada, at gmail.com. I'm open to emails. I generally respond pretty quick, I think. Sometimes not, depending on how crazy things are. So that's pretty easy. Or what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to share my phone number, just because I've seen some people do it on podcasts before, and it's pretty sweet. So my phone number is 519-830-8638. And like, if you text me or if you call me, I'll probably pick up, or I'll probably text you back. And yeah, those two are probably the easiest ways. And Facebook too. Facebook is really easy too. Facebook.com/andrew.cito.9. Um, those three are probably the easiest ways to get to me. And, if you're a listener, which would be pretty sweet, because I mean, we're literally starting from nothing right now. So if you're a listener and you want to reach out, feel free to. We'd be honored to just like talk and like whatever, just like have a good time.
Awesome, good stuff, man. Everybody caught Andrew's phone number. That's pretty important. But yeah, I think best way of reaching me is probably email. My email is C for Calvin, the number 4, and Poon, Poon. So that's C for Poon at gmail.com.
Yeah, man. Cool.
Awesome. But yeah, we really look forward to speaking with you folks more in greater details in the future. Thank you very much for joining us on this journey, and we really want to listen and hear from you folks.
So like we're about 14 minutes in right now, maybe 13 minutes in.
Yeah.
Why don't we why don't we get it a little bit longer? Let's talk about something. Like another five minutes or so.
Yeah, let's do that. I didn't keep track of the time.
Yeah. It's another 5-10 minutes or so. Just to like give a bit of substance to this.
Yeah, let's just yeah, just a bit of small things. What do you want to talk about, Andrew?
I don't know, man. What do you want to bring up today?
You know what? We kind of got off to something a bit, a bit of friction, a bit of traction before we spoke on a podcast about just in general, like we talk about the realization that maybe something isn't really right for you, whether it's a job, and maybe it's like a relationship or something else. Something isn't right for you. It hits you. I mean, why don't we just simply get into that, like just a bit more?
Actually, let's talk about that next one because I think that's a big rabbit hole to jump down into.
All right, all right, all right. Let's not go down there. Okay.
I think that could take up a whole episode, maybe.
All right.
The other thing is, it's because I'm just excited to share something with you.
Yeah.
Which is basically something that I shared with 2 people so far. Actually, maybe more than 2, maybe a couple. So what it is it's my daily practice of like setting my intention for the day, which basically helps me keep on track with just like living a really awesome life every single day. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So like I want to share that with you because we didn't get
Yeah,
a chance.
go ahead. Go ahead. Let's hear about it.
I didn't get a chance to share it with you before we started like going on this podcast thingy. So
Yeah.
yeah, actually I shared it with Lindsay today.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, because we were yeah, we ended up. It's a long story, but anyway, I shared it with Lindsay today. I'll keep it at that. And she was pretty. She liked it. She's gonna actually start using it herself.
Nice.
And I shared it with who else? A dude that I met at WDS named Travis Smith. Travis is an awesome guy, super cool guy, super insightful. And he was like, he sent me a message on Facebook after the conference saying that he was inspired to use it every day. So like, I am
Nice,
pretty,
man.
I'm pretty like flattered. But at the same time, I just swiped this from somebody else. So all credit to them. I think her name was Anise, either Anise or Ines Kavanaugh. She's a coach, does business coaching, I think. And this like intention exercise basically helps them set the intention for the meeting. But I turned and thought, why don't I do this and set my intention for the day?
Yeah,
With
let's
this.
hear about it.
Sweet. So basically, I have a lot of daily practices, but I'll just share this one for now, to keep it short, and also because I think it's like the most important that I do. Actually, they're all important, but this one's pretty important. So I ask myself about 5 to 7 questions a day. I don't know how many because I forgot to count, but I ask these questions every single day, and they've been serving me very, very well. So, the first one that I ask myself is basically, hold on, let me turn to it because I write them down. Um, and I'm really tired right now, so I can't remember offhand, even though I do. So, the first question I ask myself is, what do I want to get out of the day? So I'll go through all the questions, and then I'll explain each of them after that to like kind
Sure.
of give a context.
Yep.
So the first one is, what do I want to get out of the day? Second one is, how do I want to show up in the day? Um, or how do I want to show up, just general, how do I want to show up, question mark. Third one is, how do I want to be experienced by others? Fourth one is, how do I get abundance in the abundant areas of my life?
Mm.
The next one, the fifth one, I think, is how do I want to make others feel? And then the sixth and seventh, I actually ask myself this at night before I go to sleep, is how could today have been better? And the last one is, what do I want to promise my subconscious to take care of me, to take care of for me while I sleep? Because the one is basically based on something by either Edison or Einstein or somebody else really smart. They said basically don't go to sleep without making a promise to your subconscious. So I do it just because.
Right. Okay. Yep.
Let me go through all of them and kind of talk a little bit on them really quickly.
Yeah.
And that should bring us to about 20, 22, 23 minutes maybe. And then we'll
Yeah.
end
Let's
it.
hear about them.
Um, so, so yeah, let me walk through them. Let me just look at them again. So what I want to get out of the day, I mean, they're all pretty self-explanatory, but basically, like, I want to know what I want to get out of it. And a lot of the times what comes up for me is like rest, recovery, organization, like organizing my mind, decluttering my mind and stuff. It's like what I want to get out of the day. Like for some, it's going to be different for a lot of people. And again, this is just my daily practice. So it's like, it's not going to be right for everybody, but it's what's working really, 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 really well for me. So that's why I want to share it.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, what I want to get out of the day, like I'll ask myself that. And a lot of the times, the awesome thing that came up after doing this for like weeks was that I realized I never put down fun. And then when I realized that, I'm like, dude, I should totally put down fun because I'm forgetting to
Yeah.
like consciously have fun. Like I forgot to like, it's. I realized that I don't ever make the conscious effort to have fun, but maybe it's just because I'm having fun all the time that I don't notice. But I'm just like, why don't I put down fun? So like that's a neat thing that came out of doing this exercise. But
Man,
also it
now
helped.
you're conscious of that.
Oh yeah, totally. And
Yeah.
like, and it helps me just set for the day what I want to get out. Like, if it's certain work that I want to get done or whatever, it reminds me that okay, I need to get this done for the day.
Mhm.
Or it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be outcome oriented. It could just be like to get connection or to get like friendship or to get anything, like anything at all. And like it helps me set that okay, this is my goal for the day kind of thing. And like if this gets accomplished, I can be satisfied almost, you know?
Yeah.
Um, or it can even be a guiding light in that, oh, this is what I'm going to try to achieve throughout the day, to kind of put me on the path that I want to go on for the day. Um, the next one is, how do you want to show up? And this question is like the most ambiguous one because really it's so like ambiguous. It's like, what does that even mean? Like, how do you want to show up? And I leave it ambiguous for that reason because I just want to interpret it any way that I'm interpreting it in the moment and just answering it based on how I'm feeling. So today, what did I put? Oh, I put one thing at a time because at the moment when I was answering the question, I think what was happening for me was I had a lot going on in my mind. So how I want to show up in all the things that happen to me in the day, whether it's seeing people, whether it's doing work, whether it's watching TV, whether it's eating food, I just want to do one thing at a time and be mindful of it.
Hmm.
That's how I want to show up. Be experienced. How do I want other people? How do I want to be experienced by others? That's generally pretty self-explanatory, I think. And so like I put present and quote unquote there. Like I want to be there. I want to be paying attention. I want to, give attention, complete and full attention. So that's how I want to be experienced. I want people to know and feel that they're that I'm there with
Yeah,
them.
you're actually listening. You're not like wandering your mind. Yeah.
Exactly, totally. And then the next one is abundance. I'm going to skip this one and maybe leave it for another talk because this one, again, is like a huge rabbit hole that I can jump down into. But the one about abundance is super sweet, and I'll probably talk about it at another time. Um, the next one is how do I want to make others feel? And again, it kind of relates to the one that I just talked about, but to me, again, it's because it's my daily practice. I can do it however I want, and like everybody else, if they have a daily practice, everybody does it the way they want. There's a fine distinction between how do I want to be experienced and how do I want to make others feel. Like it's very gray for me, but at the same time, there's a clear distinction between the two that it's enough for me to ask the two separate questions.
Hmm.
So, how do I specifically want to make people feel? I'll answer that question. And today, what did I put? Well, I put special and happy. So right there, I had two different answers right there, present and there, and then special and happy. And I guess you could say they're both pretty similar, but I don't know. I like answering these two questions. It helps me focus again on other people and like making the world like happier and like people happier.
Yeah.
I like those questions. And for better and promise, I haven't given any answers yet. But again, those are pretty self-explanatory in that, how can the day have been better? Dude, it's so awesome how like I'll realize I'll write like for weeks and every single day there's like one thing that comes up. Can you guess what it is?
One thing every day.
Yeah, like there's this one thing that keeps coming up every day. Can you guess what it is?
When you're doing your writing or copywriting,
No, it says how could the day have been better?
how
So
can
what do you
they? Oh, okay.
think what do you think my answer is to that question?
I'm gonna say, like, is it something general, like improving yourself more, or something very quite specific on?
Uh, I don't know. I think it's gonna be too hard to answer. It's
Yeah,
too,
I'm trying to draw a blank here. I mean, there's probably a lot of stuff, but I'm not really sure what I can focus on.
yeah. So the answer that I always give oftentimes, it's always like a couple of answers, but one that keeps coming up is sleep. I wish that I could have slept more to make the day better.
Uh,
Um, I realize that like I'm not getting enough sleep every single day, yet I'm not doing anything about it. So like there's this huge like I don't know if it's dissonance is the right word or not, but I'm feeling it
yeah.
right. I know how sacred sleep is. I tell myself sleep is really sacred. Yet at the same time, every single day I'm telling myself I didn't sleep enough by saying that the day could have been better with more sleep. So
Mhm.
another good practice because I know that now I'm going to be transitioning into sleeping more, or at least I feel like I'm going to be because I actually feel pain in that I'm not congruent with what I'm saying and how I'm carrying myself out. Like I'm
Yeah.
telling, I'm saying that sleep is sacred, yet at the same time I'm not sleeping. So it's like I actually feel pain on the inside. So um, I know I'm going to be doing something about that very soon, like tonight. um,
Got to make sure we end on time then, right?
yeah, man. Yeah. So, and then the next one is what I want to promise to my subconscious, and that can be absolutely anything that you want to solve, what you wanted to solve for you. And again, this goes into a bit of like the hippie stuff, kind of like the weird woo woo kind of stuff that's like out there, but it's not costing me anything, it's not harming me in any way, and worst case scenario, things turn out really well. So I always ask myself that question, and the answer changes a lot of times. Sometimes it doesn't. A lot of times it's like, how can I do less work and make more money? That's one all the time. Um, and I don't know. I think that that's actually been like manifesting itself in reality. Like it's starting to happen
Hey,
quite a
we were
bit.
just talking about Ultimate Frisbee, and you're sound like, because you play 4 days straight. I'm like, how do you do that? And you're like, yeah, I'm just playing smarter, not harder.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, exactly right there.
Yeah, man, totally.
Yeah, right there. It's reflecting your daily practice.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I didn't even realize that, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
totally.
like, how do you run 4 days straight? I play one day, I'm like, I'm dead. Yeah, Calvin, use better position, find your place better.
Yeah, right on, dude. That was
It's like,
that's
there you go, man.
that was an aha moment right there. I didn't even notice.
There you go.
Cool, man. Yeah, so I just want to share that with you because it's been making a huge impact on my life. So I want to share it with you because for me, like asking these questions every single day, and I know I don't know. I remember you being a fan of systems in the past, and like
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of systems now, and like automating things because I think that routine, habit, and like your environment dictate a lot of stuff that happens in your life. So if when
yeah,
you're doing that, like when you're doing it consciously, you make things a lot easier for you almost. So that's why I'm doing this every single day. It's my system for like making things really easy for me in my life.
good stuff, man. Now, and I mean, you just answered the question. I can imagine you're so mindful of all these things throughout the day now.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Definitely, definitely,
awesome,
and
man. Good stuff. Do you want to
yeah,
just recap those 7 questions again, just so in case folks didn't catch it entirely the first time, or trying to connect the dots right now?
nah, man, they can rewind.
All right, cool, cool. Let's do
Dude.
this again. Yeah.
No, man, I'm kidding. I'm gonna do it for sure. So the first one is, what do you want to get out of the day? Second one is, how do you want to show up? Third is, how do you want to be experienced by others? Fourth one is, how do I get abundance in the abundant areas of my life? And again, I didn't talk about this one, so this one kind of doesn't make sense probably, but we'll probably talk about it on another episode. Next one is, how do I want to make others feel? And then the two for the night is, how could the day have been better, or how could today have been better? And the last one is, what do I want to promise to my subconscious? What do I want to promise to my subconscious to take care of for me, or something like that?
Good stuff, man. Yo, is there a fast forward?
Uh, if you
Save it
rewind,
for next week.
yeah, man. Cool, dude. Anything else?
No, man. I'm really hoping you folks enjoy this podcast, and we'll continue listening to some of the good stuff we're gonna be offering.
Yeah, man. This was super fun, and like,
Yeah,
to be honest, I really hope this builds traction. This would be super fun if like a lot of people are interested in stuff like this because this stuff honestly gives me energy. Like we're recording this right now at 11:30 at night,
yeah.
um, and like I'm running on like I don't know, I'm running on fumes right now. I haven't really slept too much in the past couple days. Like I got back from Portland on Tuesday and didn't get enough sleep since then, and I didn't even get enough sleep while I was there. Um, so. Oh, and the thing is, I bring it up because like I actually feel energetic now because I've been talking about my daily practice and like that stuff gives me so much energy. So yeah, if people love this, man, I'd be so happy, so happy.
Awesome, man. Good stuff. So, yeah, we hope you folks enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, yeah, guys. All right, we'll see you later. Love you so much.